Welcome to the tier list. Yes, we're doing it. Yeah, all of my games. Now you might be asking yourself during this thing, oh, where is Gloomhaven? Where is Root? Well, yeah, those aren't my games actually, and some other games that we've like unboxed or reviewed, I don't have all of them, but I'm gonna be going over all the games I do have. So, yeah, there's just a lot here. I don't know how long this will take. This will be kind of off the cuff. Further down the line, you might watch a review or like a video and be like, wait, what? That's like a 6 out of 10. How can you rate it an S? Or how's your rating so high? Well, yeah, this is just my impressions right now. So let's get into it. First things first, let's start with Twilight Imperium. Oh, okay, so we have TI4 and we have TI3. TI4 is just, in my opinion, it's just been the best space experience I've ever had. I'm always down to play it. It does run a bit long, but it's so accessible. I don't think I've ever had like a really bad time playing this game, but there's something about it that doesn't feel, I feel like it might be missing something. So I'm gonna put it in A. Oh, okay. TI3, see, this game's really good, but TI4 just kind of does everything better. TI4 is a lot more streamlined and it has that accessibility factor that you can't really replace. But TI3 has some really cool stuff with the expansions like mechanized units, a bigger tech tree, that's for sure. Mechanized units, leaders in a bigger tech tree. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in, oh gosh, this is hard. Okay, well if I didn't have TI4, I would probably still be playing TI3. Oh, I'm gonna put it in B. I think that's a pretty good place for it. Gosh, we are very quickly running out of space. Okay. Oh, these games are too big. Okay, let's go like that. Battlestar Galactica is... Yep, have all expansions. This game... Here, let's just get that. I am very, very biased here because I like the show a lot. So I'm gonna put it in... I'm gonna put it in S. I feel like this game has not really steered me wrong. If I've had a bad game, it's still amazing because of the theme. All the characters are in the game. I always feel like I'm getting a wonderful sense of how the show was whenever I play the game. It is the game I compare every single semi-co-op to. So it's gonna go in S. Oh, okay. Sid Meier's Civilization by Fantasy Flight Games, Kevin Wilson. We have this and then both of the expansions. And I actually really like this game. I thought it was a little weird at base, but with the expansions, I feel like you have like basically infinite replayability with all the different maps, all the different races. Combat's a little wacky. It's kind of hard for them to do anything that great there. I feel like I'm always down to play this game. I'm gonna put it in A. So, yeah, it's gonna put it in A. Alrighty. Let's see how we're looking at overhead. Oh gosh. Next big Fantasy Flight game, Mansions of Madness. Yeah, this game is just, it's always good. I'm gonna put it in A. This is second edition, by the way. We'll get to first edition. Now, Mansions of Madness first edition. Wow, yeah, this game is cool, but really flawed. We were so glad that Mansions of Madness 1 came out, Mansions of Madness 2 came out. This basically will never even dream about playing this again. So I'll put it in D. Okay, next game, Descent, Journeys into the Dark. So this game is not good as a semi-co-op game, but as like a co-op dungeon crawler through the app, not too bad. I'll put it in B. We beat the game, by the way. Pretty promising. I would be down to play it again. Holy moly. Okay, this is gonna get really out of hand. Next big Fantasy Flight, Android. Really cool game, but very flawed. I like the world so much, and I think the front cover is really cool, but the game just sucks. I don't know, like I wanted to like it. I really wanted to. I'm gonna put it in D. Fantasy Flight, Chaos in the Old World. I like this game a lot. It is a very good 4 or 5 player game. Ooh, it's also worth a lot. It does run a little longer than I wish it would. But the asymmetry is just so well done. I feel like the problem with asymmetric games is sometimes they're too asymmetric, and I don't really like that. I don't really get that feel with this, but it's so replayable. I'll put it in A. A Game of Thrones, the board game, 2nd edition. Mechanically and thematically, this game is really sound. I do like how a lot of the voting tracks work, and the politics and the fighting is just really well thought out. I just don't think it's that fun. I've been wanting to sell this for a while. It feels like complete misery when you do start to lose, and when you're winning, it has like a feeling of you're never really quite safe, which a lot of people do like, and that's pretty cool. But I'm never down to play this game, and if I'm playing a 6-player game, why not just play Twilight Imperium 4? So this is going to go in D. This is the last big Fantasy Flight game, Tigris and Euphrates. Everything just feels clean. I haven't played all of the variants in this game that this Fantasy Flight games version does come with, but I think this game has a lot of potential. The problem is a lot of my friends don't really like abstracts, and because of that, we haven't got to play this game a lot. And I feel like I haven't played it quite enough for me to firmly put it as S, because there's some things that might be holding it back in terms of replayability, because it is abstract and by that sense a little dry, but mechanically it's great. So as a reservation, I'll put it in A. Okay, we are now done with the Fantasy Flight games. Let's move on to, I don't know, I'm just kind of going in order from now on. I don't really have any big publisher that I have my eyes on. Cards Against Humanity. Not technically my game, it's my sister's, and I bought it for her in college. As you can tell, she doesn't really have it anymore. I don't think we ever play this game. It's not a good game. This is gonna be an F. Last Word. Really good party game, surprisingly good. I really don't hear about this game, and it's probably because you can game it, and there's a lot of like weird judging with the, oh, is that technically a word? Oh, is that technically not a word? Why are you interrupting me when it's real time? It doesn't work with every group because you have to have people that are pretty coherent with English and willing to think really fast. I'm gonna put it in A. Yeah, I'll put it in A. I always like it. Even if other people aren't doing that well, we can always do teams. Yeah, I mean, just like as an exercise on its own, coming up with words with like a first letter just on the spot has just always been a fun practice for me. So I'll put it in A. Oh gosh, we're running out of space. Throw Burrito. This is spoons, but way better. I mean, I would whip this out with like basically anyone. Put it in A. Wits Wagers. I'm surprised I still have this game, but this game, for how like janky it looks, actually has a lot of legs. The trivia is kind of like, the trivia is dumb enough so you can't really accurately guess it. Like no one will know the answer, but you can kind of predict, and I think that's where a lot of the fun comes in. I'm gonna put it in, I'll put it in C. I don't think it has the legs to be played like legitimately like as a long-term party game, but as like a couple times a year, not bad. Okay, Grifters. This is indie boards and cards. Yeah, I don't think people have heard about this game. I found it at Barnes & Noble one day. It's a very forgettable game. I would say it's like a very 5 out of 10 game. There's nothing bad about it. The theme is good. The combos are pretty neat, but after a couple plays, you feel like you've seen all there is to see. I'll put it in C. I'm okay with playing it again. It's rather quick. Theme is cool. It's cool sci-fi. Yeah. Next one, Red Dragon Inn. We have Red Dragon Inn 1, Red Dragon Inn 2. So I think this game is massively overpriced for what it is. And it's not really technically even a game, but it's very fun. I don't even drink, and I think this game is fun. That's a role play, just mess around with friends. So I'm gonna put this in, I'll put it in B. I don't think it has the legs to be like a legitimate game, and after a couple plays, you've seen all there is to see. It's not like you could really marathon this by any means. It's really overpriced. It's more of like a flavor of the month, flavor of the year thing, and then you forget about it and come back to a year later and you're like, whoa, Red Dragon Inn, yeah, let's go. Next game, Monopoly Fortnite. Yeah, this is Daniel's game, and I've been able to play it once or twice. Surprisingly good. Yeah, I don't even play Fortnite. Monopoly, I don't think is a terrible game. I'd be down to play this again. I'll put it in C. Disc Duelers, our first dexterity game in this list. Oh, no, Throw the Burrito. Okay, well, this is the first real dexterity game, I guess, in this list. It has a lot going on for it. It has almost too many characters, too many power-ups, and it's not really a complete game, and in the rulebook it even says, like, oh, you can make up your own things as you go along. It's fun. I don't think it has like that drawing power where you'll be immediately attracted to the game after playing it once, but this is a game you could play for a long time and have a lot of fun. You could set up tournaments. Yeah, there's some balance issues, but I do find it enjoyable. Never played this game though. I'm gonna put it in B. Pandemic. Yes, we've reviewed this already. I don't think it's that great. Pretty stale. Yeah, I know it's award-winning. People really like it. Wow, it's like relevant right now. I'm gonna put it in D. I'll put it in D. Going off of that, Pandemic Legacy. Yes, this is a very popular game, but I don't like Pandemic. So this game is kind of more the same, a little more story, but the story is not as awesome as I would like it to be. And we didn't even get to finishing this. So for now, I'll put it in D. Maybe there's a cool twist. I'm like a third through, I'm not really impressed. I'll put it in D. Okay, Axis and Allies, World War II strategy game. This is, in my opinion, a lot better than the traditional Risk. It has a lot more flavor, it has a lot more strategy. It feels very cool to just be like rolling out tanks into Russia, like taking back the fatherland, or like, you know, doing like a marine assault on Japan. So it has like that crazy theme, but after a while, you do feel like, oh, okay, I've played it once or twice, and I've played the Axis, and I've played the Allies. And that's basically the game. It doesn't really have much more to offer besides that. There's no variant setup, it's always the same. The game does run pretty darn long. Like very, very long. And sometimes you can feel like it's kind of going in circles, but I mean, hey, it's like war, right? So it's not exactly supposed to be a very clean ending. I'll put it in D. I don't know if I'd ever play this again. It's kind of just like a old relic from the past for me right now. Firefly, Shiny Dice. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with this game. My friend got it for me as a present. He's like, dude, you like Firefly? This looks pretty cool. Fair enough. I watched the show. Yes, I like it. I don't think it's as good as BSG by any means, but... Oh. Daniel. Hello? Okay, Daniel just dropped off the rest of my games, so we're in there. Okay. Yeah, this game, I just... It's a game for 2 to 4 players, but it only comes with 2 playmats, and the rulebook is quite possibly the hardest thing I've ever had to read. I still don't even know if I'm playing this game right. It seems like it's best with 1 player. Yeah, it's gonna go in F. Yeah. Okay, next game, Food Chain Magnate. Very expensive, $100, Splendor game. So this is a fantastical delight for those people who are like, whoa, I really want to strategize my every move. I want to be able to counterplay everything. I like to buy and sell. I like to manage my little structure of, what is it, my corporate structure. Yeah, put people on vacation, hire them, train them, upgrade them. Mechanically, wow, this is quite a delight. But in terms of accessibility, it's such a nightmare. I had to spend like hours and hours building up my own like labeling system, and there's like a little, what do you call it, like an accordion divider for all the cards. And this game is like really cutthroat, and it's really long. It's like such a brain burn afterwards. I'm like, oh god, oh yeah, we just played Food Chain Magnate, yay. But when you do win the game, it does feel really good. This game is going to be a Ooh, oh my god. This actually used to be one of my favorite games, and then after a while, the allure just kind of wore off. I'm gonna put it in B. Castles of Burgundy by Stefan Feld. This is a supposed gem for 2 players, so I bought it and I was like, It's a very feel-good game in terms of point salad. It plays pretty decently with 4 players too. I think our group is just not very Euro-oriented. That's alright. I'm just gonna hold on to this game because I think it is a Euro classic. Then again, I don't have much of a draw to play. Maybe someday down the road I'll be like, yo, you wanna play Castles of Burgundy SO or something like crazy? I'd be down to just like marathon this game. It has a lot of legs. So I'm gonna put it in B. Yeah, I put it in B. Yep. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so we just got some games from Daniel. He dropped them off. So first game on this list will be Eldritch Horror. Eldritch Horror. Wow, when I first played this game, my mind was completely blown. My mind was going haywire, and that kind of happened for the next couple games too. Now I feel like it's kind of lost its legs, but yo, with expansions, this could be really amazing. So I'm gonna put this in, oh man. Okay, I don't know, I feel like if I'm playing with Daniel, this game has so much legs, but as like a normal game to just like whip out for people, I think it's a little overwhelming. And that kind of sways my opinion. So I'm gonna put it in B. Okay, we're getting a little teetery here. Whew, okay. Galapagos. This is a cooperative game until the food is gone. You're all on a stranded island and you're trying to survive, but of course you can vote people off when you get hungry or you get thirsty. There's also guns, there's protection from guns. There's like, what is it? It's like a metal shield. You can like sleeping pill people. Very fun game. Very cutthroat, and it's definitely not for everyone, but I've always generally had, I've generally had a good experience playing Galapagos. It's something I like to introduce to people if I think sort of like this cutthroat nature might be in them, and it's very fun to roleplay. I'm gonna put it in B. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of games I would put in between A and B or B and C, but you know, this is the system we have today. Last game Daniel brought over, Taboo, the game of unspeakable fun. I've been playing this game since I was in middle school, and it's such a delight. It's so easy to learn, it's so easy to teach. You can basically play with anyone. I think it's like last word, but it has even more legs in terms of accessibility. And it's kind of like the go-to game. If this had more cards or like some expansions to buy cards, this would be played like way more than I'm probably comfortable with in our group. I would put it in A. That's all the games that Daniel brought. Let's go to Splendor by Marc-Andre. Splendor. This is a cool Euro game. I bought it at a whim, and I got the cool gem version with the big thick gems. Okay, so there's no drive to really play this game, but whenever it's brought out, I feel like there's quite a bit of strategy. It's pretty intense near the end, and generally the engine building feels good. But I think because of a lack of theme, you feel disconnected from the game. You're like, oh, I'm just buying jewels, those get cards, those give me points. I'll put it in C. Should I? It's like more of like a B game. It's interesting. It's the dilemma of doing this challenge. Yeah, I'll put it in C. Sheriff of Nottingham. Exciting game of bluffing, bribery, and smuggling, according to the back of the box. Very, very fun the first couple times I played. I remember watching playthroughs and being like, dude, this game is amazing. After like the first 3 or 4 times, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to get kind of tired of the roleplay and the strategy seems a little flat. Yeah, I'll put this in C. I think it's a pretty comfortable C game. Suburbia by Ted Alschbach. Wow, this game is really cool. I wish we could play it more. After we did the review for this, we kind of just stopped playing Suburbia because we're like, why would we play it again? We already know how it's like. Definitely true. But this game has so much potential in terms of replayability. Again, it's best with 3 players. I would not play it with 4 or 2. But yeah, there's something about this game that is just very enticing. It makes you want to play and build a city and then play the next day. I won't play it back to back, but play the next day. Play Suburbia. So I'm gonna put it in A. We're getting very teetery in this A section. Oh my god. Okay. HeroQuest game system. Yes, I do have this game. This game is really, really nostalgic. I think that's the best way to put it. It's not really a good game, but the first time I played it, I'm like, wow, this is everything I've always wanted. It's like D&D, but actually playable. So I definitely have a very soft spot for it. I'd play it again, yeah. I'll put it in C. Also, I bought this game for $5 and it's worth $300, so that always feels good. Oh my god, I don't know if we have space here. Oh my god, the box is falling apart for this game. Okay, I'm gonna put it over here because I don't want to destroy this game. You guys see that? That's right here. HeroQuest, right over here. Okay, Dixit. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Cool French game. We played this game a hell of a lot back in high school, making sounds, saying stupid stuff. The house ruling aspect's a little weird in terms of how you want to limit it to inside jokes and whatnot. Best with 5 or 6. I just don't really feel that excited when playing this game. I mean, you can have a crazy comeback turn. I'll put it in D. Yeah. This overhead camera is insanely messy. We'll have to do a recap of everything. Okay, so now we're done with everything on that side. Now we're gonna go to everything on that side of the room. Pictomania, Vlada Shivalti. Cool drawing game. Incredibly easy to game, but it's a very wholesome, fast fanatic game if you don't want to abuse the rules. I'll put it in C. I think it's a very serviceable drawing game. King of Tokyo, Richard Garfield. This game has always somehow surprised me. I never think it's gonna be that good, and then you play, it's like, wow, this is really fun. Wow, the power-ups synergize really well. It seems pretty balanced. I'm gonna put it in B. Also, it's also very accessible, 30 minutes. You can't really go wrong playing King of Tokyo. Lost Cities, the quintessential card game for 2 players, or so I've heard from Reddit. It's like a very safe game. It's not gonna offend anyone. It's very simple. It's like 15 minutes, I think. 30 minutes, okay. That's what it says on the back. Yeah, it's fun. Do I play it a lot? Definitely no. I'll put it in C. It's like a very decent enough 2-player game for me to keep. Betrayal at House on the Hill with the expansion. Widow's Walk. Now this game has a lot of problems. Yes, it's not very balanced. Player count wise, I think it's best with probably 4 or 5. Sometimes the beginning phase takes a little too long and you're like, what am I doing? I'm just kind of exploring and nothing's happening. And then the haunts, obviously, some of them are broken and the game's not meant to be perfectly balanced, but it's so good. In terms of a light game, you don't really care, just messing around with friends. So I'm gonna put it in B. I think it's a very serviceable B sort of game. Haha, Takenoko, Anton Bauza. Just done a review on this. I really like this game. It has incredible depth for how simple it looks, and I can introduce it to a lot of people. It's gonna be an S. Yep, the second S game. Yep. Dominion by Rio Grande Games. This is the sort of game I feel like I could just play forever if I had all the expansions. Part of the reason why we don't buy all the expansions because I can never somehow justify the price when I still have fun with the base game. And the expansions, I think, would just take up too much of my time because I just like this game so much. It's going to go an A. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Is there still... Okay, you can still see me. Cool. Next game. Quantum. A sci-fi game about spaceships using dice. Eric Zimmerman. This game is a very clever game. You feel like you're manipulating the dice, you're moving around in all these certain patterns. But I've realized that past like the 2/3 point, the game feels like it's going in circles. This game is hated so much by one of my friends. Whenever I bring it up, it's almost like a meme at this point. Yeah, this is not exactly bad. I don't think it's bad, but I don't really want to play it because it's really dry. It feels like it's definitely going in circles near the end. So it's gonna go in D. Okay, Deep Sea Adventure. Yes, it's in shrink wrap, but I've played this game before. This is just my copy. Wow, this game is very impressive. It's like ink and gold, which we have here. It's like ink and gold, but better. It definitely feels a lot better. This is gonna go in... I've played it like twice. It's gonna go in A so far. That is my like first impression of the game. Okay, then Ink and Gold. What about that? I think Ink and Gold is very accessible. It's just so dumb in terms of cheese and the amount of banter you can have in this game. I'm gonna put this in B. Oh, okay, stay still. Oh, this tower is really scaring me. Dice City. This game was not really the cool city building game that I wanted it to be, and we definitely got a lot of rules wrong while playing, so that might be partially the rulebook's fault and partially my fault, but I haven't felt like I got the true experience for this game. For right now, I'm gonna put it in C. This is getting very chaotic. Caverna, the Gay Farmers. Caverna, the Cave Farmers by Uwe Rosenberg. Expensive game. Components up the wazoo. Actually, you know what? I actually use this to store more components, so we have this and then this to play. Not the most accessible. So, but how about gameplay? Okay, well, it's a very wholesome game. The idea of like building a farm with your friends is very, very cool. It's like surprisingly relaxing. But after playing it like 10 times, kind of a little bored of it. I'm gonna put it in C, yeah. I think the sandbox is cool first couple times, and then after a while you're like, okay, cool, let's move on. Let's play the next Euro game. Okay, this is becoming quite a mess. I will have to clean this up at, yeah. Cutthroat Caverns. Trust no one. This is a very... It's like Munchkin, but way better. It runs a little long, but the amount of like cool mind games you can do and like trash talk is very enticing, especially with all the expansions. The I guess UI in this game and like the art is not the best. It's always been a good experience, even if I lose. It's appealing. Let's put it in. I'll put it in B. Holy moly, don't fall. This is Songosha, the Chinese version of, or like a Chinese reskin of Bang, but a lot better. They have more characters. I think, more characters. I think it's a little more balanced. This is a very popular game in China, and I can see why it's so popular. It has crazy amounts of replayability. It has a 3v3 variant, which we haven't tried yet. Songosha, Three Kingdoms Kill. Only problem is this version is not translated, so you have to bring out your phones to translate while playing. Still, I had a lot of fun with this in college. I feel like I could play this for a very long time. Like I've been playing this for like 5 years, and I'm still not really tired of all the combinations. I haven't seen nearly close to the amount of combinations. The hidden roll element is not the best, but there are cases where you get a really cool Renegade win. And Renegade is like the guy who's supposed to be hidden, he's supposed to win by himself, and sometimes he kills everyone. So this is gonna go in A. Oh my god. Okay. Once upon a time, a story building game. A storytelling card game. Yes. I don't even know who designed this. Let's see. Richard Lambert, Andrew Rulstone, James Wallace. Yeah. We have some great playthroughs of this game. This is a fun game. It's almost like one of those games you'd rather hear someone playing than actually play yourself. That's how I feel sometimes because the stories of this game are just so entertaining. Yeah, so this game's not really a game that you'd play to win. It's just to like mess around with your friends and get the wackiest story possible. I'm gonna put this in B because this game doesn't really have the draw that I thought it would have. Because after a couple times, you're like, oh, that was a really cool story. And yeah, let's play something else because I don't really feel like I'm getting a game experience. But yeah, this is gonna be a solid B. This is a total mess. I don't know if I can even tell which ones are A, B, and C, D anymore. The Resistance by Don S. Screech. Hidden deduction game. This is a quintessential hidden deduction game. I have not found that Secret Hitler, One Night Ultimate Werewolf, and all the other werewolf variants have replaced this for me. But it's not really a game I play with my friend group because we've played it so many times. So after the first 25 games, you're like, cool, okay, every single permutation of deduction has been done. Let's play something else. You never know when you want to play with someone else, like a different family group, or maybe like a new friend group who's just getting into board games. So this is going to be a solid B for me. Lords of Waterdeep with the Scoundrels of Seaport expansion. So Lords of Waterdeep is kind of an A game on its own, but with the expansion, wow, this game is really quite more strategic than you might imagine. It has some cool like cutthroat mechanics. You can screw people over by giving them corruption or making corruption even more negative. This is a go-to game for my friends. I don't really feel the same way. I like it, but I never felt like it was as amazing as it was pinned out to be. Maybe it's because of the setup. I think it's a little clunky. There's too many pieces for what it is, but it's fun. Yeah. This is gonna be a solid B for me. Might be higher, but after playing this like 10 times with the expansion, I'm like, yeah, it's like a serviceable game. Yeah, it's very serviceable. There's nothing like bad about it. I just don't really feel like it has like that whoa factor that I want to keep playing. Just a clarification. What the frick? Where do I? Okay, this cannot be safe. Okay, we're almost done. One more game. Okay, last game. Chinatown. How fitting we end with the game that is very close to Monopoly. Yeah, so this is a cool trading game. You're like, whoa, it has all the cool trading elements of Monopoly, but none of the dumb dice rolling luck and the take that mechanics. That being said though, I haven't played this game for about 3 years. It's a very cool trading game, but at some point it almost feels like more of a trading exercise than a game. I mean, I've played this game like 5 times, and after a while, I don't really have a draw to play it again. Yeah, I mean, it's good though. I think if you're really into trading and making like a sweet deal, this is that perfect game for you. But for me, I'm never gonna like get rid of it because I think it's just such a good, clean trading experience, but I don't have a good drive to play it again, so I'll put it in C. Okay, and while I lay that final block to this giant thing, it's done. It is done. Wow. Let's look at it from another angle because, yeah. Oh my gosh. We're gonna have to do a crazy recap. This is my angle from the whole time. It is pretty insane. Let's look at it from the other side. I'm surprised this hasn't fallen yet. And yeah, oh, this should be in C. All right, guys, it is recap time. Now that I've cleaned up things a little, you can see F over there in the corner. So let's go ahead and get started with, oh, wait, why is that there? Whoa, what are you doing there? Yeah, that should go in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with S. So at the top, the very top, we have Battlestar Galactica, of course. I love the show. It just has a great nostalgic feeling to me. And then Takenoko, didn't expect that to be up there, but it is. Freaking panda game. Then at A, we have Dominion, Deep Sea Adventure, Civilization by Kevin Wilson, Tigers and Euphrates, and Mansions of Madness 2nd edition way down there. And right here we have Last Word, Sangwa Shah, or Three Kingdoms Kill, Chaos in the Old World, Suburbia, Taboo, and Throw Burrito. Bunch of party games here. Oh, I don't think I mentioned Twilight Imperium 4. Yeah, that's definitely on the A list. It's borderline S. I'm still thinking about that. Might change in the future. Okay, so moving from the A to the B, we have Cutthroat Caverns, Ink and Gold, Once Upon a Time, Disc Duelers, Betrayal at House on the Hill, and Eldritch Horror. On the table, still for B, we have The Resistance, King of Tokyo, Twilight Imperium 3. Then on this side of the table, we have above TI3, there's Lords of Waterdeep, Galapagos, Castles of Burgundy, Red Dragon Inn, Descent, and Food Chain Magnate. Okay, and for the C games, we're going to start with HeroQuest. Yeah, it doesn't really fit on the table because the box is like falling apart. So I just want to keep that on the floor. That's the first C. And then we have Dice City, Pictomania, Sheriff of Nottingham, Wits and Wagers, Chinatown, Lost Cities, Monopoly Fortnite, and Caverna. Then going to D, Dixit, Mansions of Madness 1st edition, Pandemic Legacy, Quantum, Pandemic Normal, Game of Thrones 2nd edition, Android the board game, and Axis and Allies 1941. Way in the corner, past this table, is the F category. Yes, these are just terrible games. Cards Against Humanity, yep, and then Firefly. Okay, so yeah, that, whew, look at that. Crazy, 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 crazy. Okay, well, yeah, that's it for this tier listing of the board games I have 2020. Wait, why do you still have those bad games? Well, I still have them because to make fun of. Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah, well, this is going to be a pain in the butt to clean up. So I just finished cleaning all the games up, put them back in their respective shelves, and oh my gosh, I feel like I just took like a huge test. Like giving out those scores like off the cuff as fast as possible is probably a mistake. I feel really drained. Oh my god. What a video, guys. What a video. We're gonna do it again next year. Hell yeah. Subscribe for more. See you guys next time. Bye bye. Whew. Tier list done. It's done.